Hi folks. Been busy like normal. Haven't had a chance to get a video in over a week. But anyway, finished up the wood stove or the cooktop stove, whatever you want to call it, barrel stove. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I don't have the rack all done. That's a rack that goes up and over and comes down. And then there's a warming tray that goes on top. You can see the framework. I got to cover the top, with tin, and then I got to, it'll be actually steel for the top, and then tin on the back side here, and then that'll cover it up. Get a lot of stuff done. I got to put some gussets. I got to put a gusset down here, and I got to put a gusset up here, and just odds and ends stuff. And then I wanted to check. Now this is a Camp Chef grill / gas grill conversion deal, so you can bake in it and do hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to check to see how hot I could get this, because I'm thinking about building a oven just like similar to this, only bigger, so we can do our turkeys. And I'll have to get I don't know if this has got a light on it or not. But anyway, let's see. I don't see a light on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, it's 357 or 366, 365 is the temperature on it, 367. So, and I don't have the stove cranked open. As you can see, I got it, the damper shut on it, and I just got a little bit open on the front. Now this stove, I wanted to be able to hold a fire for 8 hours. Now I didn't get it all done. It's not all done yet. I've got some stuff I got to finish on it. I've got it's a railing that goes around so you can't hit that, lean against it or whatever, to burn yourself. I mean, it doesn't get hot. It's warm to the touch, but I mean, it's not hot. The door gets warm, so I'm going to put a guard on the front and down both sides. I didn't get my reburn in it. I didn't have time because we had some weather that came in. It was down and it froze. It was in the low 30s. Matter of fact, I think it got down to 30 in some places. But the little draft control that comes with the stove, that works pretty good for keeping everything. Like I say, it's about half shut right now, and I can hold in that little oven right there. I can hold 375 easy with. Let me open it up. I don't have the damper open, so it's liable to smoke a little bit. But there's what I got for a firebox. So it burns real good. There's maybe 4 or 5 pieces in there. And that's been in there for 4 or 5 hours, I suppose, since we put it in there. It holds fire for a good, well, we've already went, I think, 14 hours without putting wood in it. So it's doing it, and it's keeping it 80, 85. I don't know what it is in here right now. It's warm, and I'm well pleased with it. It's working real good. Doesn't usually smoke. Like I say, I didn't have the damper open. That's why it was smoking. But it just sits there. I can close it up real tight to where I can almost put it out, and in the morning it's half full or 3/4 of the way full of wood, and it's just a warm touch. And within 10 minutes, I've got it up to cooking where I can fry my eggs and hash browns and stuff in a matter of 10 minutes, and it's up there, and I can make coffee and the whole 9 yards. But like I say, I don't have everything all done yet, but I thought I'd give you an update real quick. And the oven idea, I definitely am going to go with this, and that still leaves me a lot of cook space for, like, when we do our Thanksgivings and Christmas and stuff, so we have the family get-togethers. We've got a big area to be able to cook with, and then we'll have a big oven to throw stuff in and be able to do the turkey and maybe a casserole beside it or small something. But the idea works, like I say, with what this is doing right now. I'm well pleased with it. Yeah, it's 367 is what it is right now, and inside the oven, so oven box, whatever you want to call it. But it's really working good. I'm well pleased with my setup. This is it's just called a barrel stove. I told you in the other video that I had a door with a seal on it, and the Volgason didn't have it. You could glue one on it, but this one came with it, and boy, you talk about getting tight. A tight seal. I don't know if you can see the rope in there, but it does a good job of sealing it. It really does. Like I say, if I shut the damper all the way down, if I slide it all the way over, it is tight, and it does not get hardly any air whatsoever. And I've done a fairly good job of welding it, even with a stick welder. Been a long time since I welded with a stick welder, but got by with it and built everything and got it all together, and it's working good. I'm really pleased with it. Like I say, once I get it all done, it'll look more like a cook stove than just a plain old barrel stove. I think it's looking better as it is now. When we first put it in here, it didn't. It just looked like a barrel stove, and with a flat top that you could cook on. Well, I want it to look more like a cook stove, so I might even make a fancy enclosure on this and put a little fancies on it. I don't know. Depends on how I feel and what I got for time, but usually I don't have that much time. But we still don't have field work done. We still haven't got any corn out of the bin, so I'm going to be busy there next week probably trying to get all that stuff done. And I got to wait until I get my paycheck so I can get the tin for the back and the plate steel for on top. It's not going to be nothing like what I used on the bottom. It's going to be a thinner, like 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch steel sheeting is all it's going to be. It's not going to be there it isn't going to be the 3/8. The back's just going to be a tin, and I'll pop rivet that on there. And like I say, I got to build them gussets on there, and then I'm going to drill holes and down through this, and in the back I'm going to put one here and the same way on the other side, and then we're going to bolt it onto that. And like I say, I still want to gusset this. I want to put a gusset here, and I want to put a gusset up here so it gives it more strength. I just threw this together this afternoon. I wanted to try it, see what it looked like, and so far everything's working better than expected. The thing is just awesome to cook on. We've cooked I don't know how many meals on it now. Like I say, we've had it in here a week, and it's working real good. So if you're planning on doing something fairly reasonable and you can't afford them $1,500 to $2,500, some of them cook stoves are $3,000 to $10,000 for a cook stove. If you want to just build one cheap, now you got to consider I paid $200 for that top. If you can get one from a scrapyard or something and get it cheaper, or if you got one laying around, and I told you how to get the barrels from the LP company, and the barrel stove kit was $38. Even if you go with the Volgason, I mean, you can still get the gasket and put it around there, and you can shut the stove down, and I mean, it just smolders in there, and it still throws out plenty of heat. It's just, I got 200 and probably, when I get done with this, I'll have about $250 in it, and it's going to heat my house. And eventually, sometime this winter, I'm going to put a set of coils in it, and I'm going to have my domestic hot water, and I'm going to use it for another source of heat in the back part of the trailer in the bedroom. I'm going to run the pump off of a holding tank. The holding tank I'm going to put back here. It's about 35 gallons, I think it is. They come off of a boiler system. I'm going to set it up back here. I'm going to run the coils into that, and then I'm going to run that into that and bring the coils back to the stove. So that's going to heat our back bedroom and our hot water. So, well, thanks, guys. YouTube, we'll talk at you later. That's just a quick video of what we got going on. I'll give another one when I get this stove done. Talk to you later. Yeah, bye.